Hello Virgo, welcome to a timeless Justice for Virgo reading where we discuss the topic of justice, however the energies of one of the two sister energies that I read for, which on this channel belongs to the energies of Sekhmet. Bear in mind that you have tapped into a collective reading that I, 7th, am holding at this time. This is not a personal one-to-one connection that you and I actually have made time for. Please use your discernment to take all the bits and pieces that resonate with you within the reading. Leave anything behind with me that may not have resonated with you. Whatever brings you here in any affiliation of any capacity as Virgo, and the latter is in true form to possibly being here in this moment and requiring to listen out to anything within this story time. Bear in mind that the energies of Sekhmet may come across as merciful or merciless to you. However, bear in mind that I, 7th, will provide these vibrations in the highest vibrational honor bestowed upon me. As already mentioned, this is one of two sister channels that I run. If you'd like to gain access to her sister channel, the description box below will have access for you, as well as means to check out my newly launched website. Bear in mind that, however, the booking process is, at this time, in order to get a service of mine, it's the way it is. I don't know why I'm in the need to say that as of late, but here we are. Again, I am 7th, aka Master 7th, that reads these energies for you. I am a master healer that provides remote wellness alignments and tarot intuitive insights such as this. Remember that feminine and masculine energy within a reading are non-gender specific. However, please remember femininity has both feminine and masculine energies. Masculinity as well has feminine and masculine energies. Alright, Justice for Virgo. This is... Wow, some of y'all are like absolutely exhausted for being heartbroken, okay? It's not your doing, it's your unfolding. It is not your doing, it is your unfold. I'm fighting with this plant. It is not your fault, Virgo. It is not your doing, it is your unfolding. There it is. Just getting stuck everywhere. Alright. So we have the 8 of Cups with the 9 of Wands, with the Fool and the Knight of Cups. You're tired, you're just exhausted, all right? You're absolutely exhausted. But where you are not exhausted is the pursuit of following your intuition. The emotional part of the intuition is absolutely like done for. Like the blasphemous behaviors of character underdevelopment of other people. And you need in a like quote unquote correct their behavior is what's very exhausting. Part of your processing of intuition is thought. One of my favorite readings has been the message at least has been for your mind is your intuition, Virgo. So bear that in mind as you, quite literally, as you understand what is not to be understood. And use that as a method to keep your left foot and right foot trekking forward, okay? Yes, you may stumble, but you stumbled before. Yes, you may trip, you've been tripped before. Yes, you may shed tears in the future, you've shed them in the past. There is an uncanny knowing of the raw, unadulterated, unfiltered, unapologetic expression of who you are 360. And the more you bring a sense of nirvana and euphoria to your inner wisdom, you are absolutely limitless in as far as being able to cater your well-being at the atrocities of life. I was about to say, I have tea here, and I always am afraid that my card is going to land in the tea. It's close. Alright, 4 of Swords, absolute exhaustion. Alright, yet this exhaustion, again, is not depression. You are decompressing the things that are compressed within you. You want to quickly say you have a lot of things at heart, and you do, but you don't want to spend another fucking moment wasting your time. That's in all capacities. So if you're stepped into healing, that notion of dialing into it is dialing out of paradigms that just no longer fuck with you, that no longer can be in competition and nothing, because you're choosing a path by your mindset being more or less already fine-tuned in that, and just working up the gears and notions for the right gear to get you in that steady pace that you need in order to get to your destination. There are a lot of generations now that are suffering with a spiritual pressure of not really meeting the status quo of the everyday or the perceived notions of what modern day success is. Whether that's having, your 1, 2nd, or 3rd child and not having that yet, or having not 1 but 2 homes, and a vacation home, a permanent residency, like there, or a certain stature level of a career. There are a lot of generations in this modern era that are spiritually pressured to have to forgive themselves and others for what they think is lacking in the material success. And a lot of you, however, have opted into or opted out of decisions that you do understand why you've made these decisions, or why the decision is being made the way it is. So are you regretful? No, that's not it. You just, I think, on a deep notion, on a deep, cathartic, honest vibration, you can understand that the world is just not ready yet for the vibration of which you want to be in authentically. And that is what's challenging for the inner dwellings of imagination, the inner dwellings of power, of quickness, of intelligence, has zero patience to not get things done right away. To have more patience is what's really irking a lot of you Virgos. Yeah. So the trick of the trade is to timeline jump, okay? The best way I can bring some sort of clarity to what timeline jump is in a collective form is to follow your emotions. See where every fucking ripple of that emotion will take you, and if that will take you deeper into the ocean of that emotion or onto land. Yeah. Is there innerness competing with another version of your innerness? All right, it's very uncomfortable to be comfortable. It is very comfortable to be uncomfortable. And that is a very nauseating approach. And it comes out a lot when you're alone. And you may notice that the only thing that triggered that moment is your emotions, because there are no external factors besides your emotion or an awareness or a thinking or a thought or a processing that triggered that. That's exactly what needs to slowly be braided in to bring in more limelight to that, so that when that thought comes again, you're not nauseous. I mean, some of you might be dealing with a lot of emotions because you're getting yourself ready to be pregnant, okay? Whether that's pregnant with a baby or pregnant with an opportunity, there is a uncomfortable yet comfortable and weird comfortable discomfort happening right now. And whatever that is, it's worth leaning into, it's worth trusting, it's worth experiencing the nausea, because the nausea, you will know at the end of that, even if the end of that is vomiting, or a good poo that poo that it was necessary, that it was absolutely necessary. And I think to become one in that is not only cathartic, but not only important, yet it is absolutely stunning to organically here. This is very organic processing here. This is okay. I mean, not for everyone, all right? Some of y'all are dabbling with a lot of fucking downloads and fucking vibrational everything, but are, I'm sorry to use this word, subdued by medical prescriptions that are not helping you calibrate correctly. Are you still symptomatic? Yes. Yet there are individuals who don't take things on a regular or limited or only on case by case necessary basis, and the run-ins of a blow of energy is absolutely so what's the right word, intrusive, that to even like try to understand is to get a headache or get diarrhea or get a panic attack. Like, there's symptoms to try to hold on to whatever that is. So it's best to learn to let go. And when you learn to let go, you learn there is an end. And that is the cycle. That is the cycle of having met a pattern, trying to understand a pattern, following the pattern, and making the decision for that pattern to recondition itself to perpetuate, to show itself again. That is a very big role for the body to make sense for itself when it is multidimensional. It's multidimensional in the way that it thinks, in the way that it feels. It's in one body, all right? All the way that it feels spiritually, emotionally, physically is all coming down on one spine. Down one spine, up one spine, out through 2 legs, 2 feet, millions of cells, 1 foot, 1 leg, no legs, no arms. There is an output that will always happen, even if it only comes in one way. It's a lot of responsibility for self, to be honest. It just is. It's a lot of responsibility for self. And the moment you can accept that is a lot of responsibility, a lot more weight has been lifted, because there is a unanimous need to understand that you don't have control over that. Besides pushing through, absorbing, letting go, and remaining that flow and being a flow, even if you have to use ridiculous words or try to find words. Saying the same thing over and over again, but saying it maybe with a different tonality offsets different results. Knowing that when you get the same results doing the same thing over and over again, that is a definition of insanity. So there is a finite way to ground the internal self. Queen of Pentacles, yeah. You're learning how to ground, okay? You're just learning how to externalize the internal and how to internalize the external. In many different layers here. This isn't just like on the surface level here. One of my favorite words in German is Oberflächlichkeit. And you're not maintaining superficiality and staying above the surface. You like to understand what's deep in the waters of understanding, of wisdom, of intrigue, of curiosity, and in the highest highs of what else is there. You like to take an approach, a full 360 of yourself. 3 of Cups. Yeah. The celebration of yourself here, for sure, okay? The celebration of being vulnerable, You may have not liked being in a spotlight before, and now you're learning, well, why the fuck not? Why should I not be in the spotlight? Some of you are thinking about some kind of water activity, whether that's a sport or anything having to do with water, okay? Some of y'all want to get frisky in the water too. Sheesh. Dirty. Some of y'all dirty. Dirty. Alright. Temperance energy came out here again, okay? This is having to take the risk of knowing this is not your first nor the last run, alright? This is a testament to how much you're gonna be human, to how real you are. You are not, this is not YOLO. This is not a YOLO life. You do not only live once, okay? No. 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 It's not a thing. It offsets the mind sometimes when it hears things on repeat that are just not true in the overall runnings of things. You know, back in 2020 when they're chanting, I can't breathe, follow with me here. That's chant. To say over and over again, I can't breathe, is a ritual. It's ceremonial. Whether you do it for whatever purpose it is, for the motto is the motto. I can't breathe, I can't breathe. And then you're all taking fucking cotton and putting that over your mouth thinking that's going to protect you from a virus. That's going to make it actually more dirty, more sterile. Is not the key to think sterility is a piece of fucking cotton. That's not sterility. Dousing yourself with fucking hand sanitizer is also not going to fucking give you sterility here. Lord. And some, it goes really, really fucking too far. And when I say too far, it's fucked up. Meaning some of you are so inundated with pain, it's hard to procreate. It's hard to be creative, whether it's artistically, whether that's creating a baby. There are fundamental flaws to the injury of the mind that have nothing to do with you, Virgo, that have to do with your ability to be so vulnerably authentic, exposed, real, and feeling every fucking blade of people's blasphemous behavior. Reteaching yourself to let that go as far as just letting it go. And reclaiming your power that they think they destroyed within you. That is wicked sexy. Alright, that's all I have for you, Virgo, at this time. I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space, and may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.